Good evening, fellow vapors. This is Cass, and I am back at you with another juice review. Today, we're going to be looking at a range from a company called UK Labs. Now, up until recently, I hadn't really heard anything about them or from them or knew anything to do with UK Labs, but they got in contact with me and they said, we've got this new range and we'd like you to review it. Here I am today with the first of two part of their new exotic range. So we're going to be looking at 3 of the flavors out of 6 of the total flavors. I'll do 3 of them now and 3 of them in another video. Otherwise it ends up being like a 30-minute video and you guys are going to get bored. We're going to do 3 today and 3 will be coming up fairly soon. So I reckon we jump straight down into it with our first flavor and see what it holds in store for us. So the first flavor in the UK Labs exotic range is going to be Cocoa Beach. I absolutely love the labeling on this. I think it's really exciting. I think it's really clear. I think that they have themed each label to each juice very, very well. And when you see the rest of them, you'll see what I mean. So Cocoa Beach, let's have a look, see what they say about it online, and then we'll have a vape of it and see what we think of it. So Cocoa Beach is sweet coconuts from the beaches of Madagascar, blended with juicy peaches to give Cocoa Beaches its exceptional flavor. Today, I am going to be using it's quite a common sight now in a lot of my videos, but I'm going to be using the Voopoo Drag. And on top of it, I don't know if you can see that there, I'm going to be using the Vulcan Alpha RDA. It's a beautiful hit. Now today, I've gone for a slightly different build. I have gone for a spaced 22 gauge build in there. It has been pre-dripped, that's why it looks saturated. I have pre-dripped it with the Cocoa Beach. Okay, this is Cocoa Beach from UK Labs Exotic range. That is a really intense coconut flavor. I'm going to say straight off the bat that this vape is like 70% coconut and 30% peaches. Peaches is a hard one to get right. Sometimes a flavor can become really bland, really boring, sometimes even just unpleasant with peach in it. But this is quite a nice balance. There's no cream or anything in this. It's purely fruit. And I think the coconut is just right. It smells a little bit like a Bounty bar, like that sort of really coconutty coconut. But actually, it tastes fantastically fruity. It's nice and fresh. It's not too heavy. It's definitely not too sweet, but it's a really intense coconut. And the peach is just there on the exhale. It's really sort of a subtle companion to the coconut rather than actually being a forefront flavor, which is it works well in this. I think too much peach and that coconut flavor would be ruined, but they've got the balance just right on this. Super clean flavor. I actually nicked this one up about a day and a half ago, and obviously it's been super sunny, it's been super warm, and as you can see, it's still completely clear. You know, it's not going to be a coil killer. It's not going to be overly sweet, and it just works well. Beautifully fruity, beautifully fresh. So if you're looking for a decent coconut fruit vape that's not full of creams and custards and cakes and all that sort of stuff, I'd give it a go. It's worth a check out just simply because it's a really nice coconutty, fruity flavor. Let's move straight on to the next one. The next one we're going to be looking at is called Guazoo. Now, let's have a look and see what they say about Guazoo. Combining divine hand-picked citrus fruits with guava, this flavor is out of this world. Most of these flavor names are like mixed up with the fruits that are in them, and I can't work out what the zoo part of Guazoo is. If you know, please tell me, because I cannot remember the name of the fruit. Like, it's been on the tip of my tongue for like 2 days now. Very interesting. That guava is super sweet, super juicy. And the zoo part of Guazoo, it's like a weird combination of like lemon and orange and grapefruit and all of these beautiful citrusy, fruity mix. None of it's too sharp and none of it's like that orange vape sickliness, if you see what I mean. Some orange vapes can be so overkill, and actually having that citrus in there has really sort of sharpened it up, made it like have a little bit of bite to it, but you've still got in the background, especially on the exhale, this full rich flavor of guava. Actually quite satisfying. Straight off the bat, I can easily tell that these 2 vapes that I've done so far, and fruit vapes are sort of very good for this incidentally, but they're great at being all day vapes. If they're not too sickly and they're not too sweet and they haven't overkilled it with sweeteners, they're generally very good at being the ADVs that you want them to be. But this guava is very impressive, and that guava, I haven't really had guava in a way that is on its own. Normally guava's hidden under loads of other flavors. For it to become a juice which is really very much at the forefront of the flavor is quite satisfying. And with that citrus undertone, just sort of keeps it fresh, keeps it sharp, keeps it tasting new. They've done a really good job on this, actually. I think these guys are almost starting to compete with the sort of 12 Monkeys quality of standard as far as fruity flavors. I mean, 12 Monkeys, for me, hold the crown in tropical flavors with Mango Bees, which is by far, bar none, the best tropical flavor I've ever had. But it killed your coils. They lasted like 20 minutes. But it was worth it. These guys are getting pretty close. I think we should move straight on to the third flavour. Has a fruit in it that is a secret favourite of mine, so we'll go on to it. The third one is called E-Cig. There we go. Let's have a look at the bottle there. Two guesses as to what this is. Actually, you only need one. Apple and lychee. But let's see what they say on the website. Freshly picked juicy green apples entwined with a lychee give the perfect summer vape. I'm all about summer vapes at the moment. It's like 30 million degrees in this room. Outside, it's even hotter. I am halfway to death with how hot it is. So to have a nice fresh summer vape is it's turning out to be quite important. I've been vaping menthol all day, just in some sideways attempts to stay cool. All right, so this is the E-Cig, an apple and lychee vape from UK Labs in their exotic range. First off, the lychee on this is absolutely spot on. It's not too sharp. It's not... sometimes lychees can have this sort of weird bitter taste to them, a bit like cranberries, but no, this has none of that. This is absolutely spot on. It's really fresh. It's really fruity. It's sort of quite mouth-watering as well, and that I'm really enjoying it. The only thing I would say about it is, though, that green apple, I don't really get much of it until I get that sort of aftertaste. You know, a couple of seconds after you finish vaping, you get that sort of aftertaste, and that's where I'm getting the apple. I don't tend to get much of it in the vape. And lychee can be quite an overpowering flavour. In this case, yeah, it takes the forefront. Obviously, it's not too much. It takes the forefront, and I think it sort of drowns out that apple flavour just a little bit. Maybe on a slightly more intense heat build or in a tank, you might get a little bit more of that apple. Obviously, e-liquids do change depending on what you're vaping them on, but I can't really say as I'm only vaping it on this one RDA, just for consistency. But I think the apple could maybe do with being a little bit more in there, just to combat the sort of the lychee flavour. I mean, if you've got two fruits in there, you kind of want them to be sitting in balance with each other, and this one is very heavy on the lychee. Now, personally, I'm not complaining. I love lychee, but some people who want it as more of an apple vape with a lychee hint, you're not going to get that with this. This is very heavily weighted towards the lychee. For me, that's perfect. For others, maybe not so. These flavors are so intense. All three of these liquids I've tried so far, possibly less so on the Cocoa Beach, but all three of these flavors have been really intense. Really fresh, really fruity, and absolute contenders for all-day vapes. I don't think they're going to kill your coils. I don't think they're going to clog them. I don't think that you're going to get sick of them either. Like, they're not going to become bland. They're not going to become flavorless. And I don't think you're so much going to get vapor's tongue on them. The flavor will definitely change over time, clearly. And when you add your nicotine, your flavor is going to change. Obviously, these are 0 milligrams. I'm not made of Nick shots. Definitely fresh, definitely fruity. And for a UK company to come out with something as intense as that, without it being chock full of sweeteners, is a, pardon the pun, refreshing breath of fresh air. Honestly, because I've seen some British companies come out with some things and they're just wank. They're utterly wank. And, they get marketed as the best new thing. But for a company to come out and actually contend with some of the big boys of the fruit vape world, namely people like Ruthless and 12 Monkeys especially. I mean, these guys are sat squarely in the court of 12 Monkeys right now. And they're putting up a damn good fight, let's be honest. Because all three of these could absolutely combat any one of those. Now, it's a stupid analogy, but it absolutely makes sense. You've got these leaders, these market leaders that have held onto the market for so long in their different genres of juice. For a UK company to come along and absolutely smash that apart, perfect. That's the first half. So we've had Guazu, we've had E-Cig, and we've had Cocoa Breeze. I think the E-Cig is actually probably my favourite out of those three. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the next three flavours, which are, I'll quickly show you now, Congo. We've got Pompeii, and we've got Dragon apple. You can get all of these online. I mean, the average price, you're looking at like 12 to 13 pounds, maybe even up as much as 15 pounds without your nick shots. And that's for a 50ml short fill in a 60ml bottle. I haven't seen them in any other unit sizes, so yeah, go have a look for their website. You can get them on from my research. You seem to be able to get them on most e-liquid websites. And yeah, I look forward to doing the next 3. I think that about wraps it up for this video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I've got loads of awesome videos coming up. I'm uploading a lot more regularly now. So please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell for more updates as to when I upload. If you like this video, hit the like button. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of these juices if you've tried them yourselves. My name has been Cass, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.